Let us first define what is a extended complex plane. Okay, so if you add infinity to your complex number, then it is called extended complex plane, and it is denoted by C infinity, and that is equal to, say, C union infinity. This is called extended complex plane. Okay, this is a notation, that is C infinity is the notation, and one more notation I'll be using, that is S2. What is S2? S2 is set of all point x1, x2, x3 belongs to R3, such that x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square, that is equal to 1. This is this is called two sphere. Correct? Do you see what is two sphere? Two sphere is a sphere. If I say three sphere, then it will be S3. If I say one sphere, then it will be a circle. Do you see? If I take S3, then it will be something, it will be in four dimensional. So you just need to remember one thing, that is S2, that is in R3. This is called two sphere, and S3 that will be in R4. S1 if I see, that will be in R2. Correct? And sometimes we used to call S0 also. That will be mod Z equal to 1. So this is a standard notation for n sphere, you can say. N sphere. So n sphere, that is Sn, that will be contained in which? Rn plus 1. Okay, this is standard notation for this. Okay, now what do we want to prove? First of all, let us know about homeomorphism. Actually, in topology, you must be learning it later on, but now I'll just give you a basic definition of that. The word homeomorphism, I'm not going to define it. I'm just telling you to how does homeomorphic look like. See, homeomorphism. Before going to homeomorphism, try to understand topology as a rubber sheet geometry. Rubber sheet geometry. Rubber sheet geometry means what? Suppose you are having, say, a rectangular rubber. Suppose this is what you are having, correct? Rectangular. If you just, can you make this as a sphere? Since it is rubber, can you do that? Or can you make this guy into another shape like this? Yes, can you do that? You may assume this like क्ले बचपन में करते थे ना, एक कुछ रहता था, व्हाट इज दैट, टू मेक some pots and everything people used to do. I don't know what is that called, but right now we can consider it as like a rubber sheet, or you can stick anything, or you can mold it anywhere or anything. You can make it a circle and anything. Okay, can I just one second? Yeah, can I do this again? Can I make this of this form also? Can I do that? So in topology, this guy is homeomorphic to this guy is homeomorphic to this guy is homeomorphic to this. Correct? So this guy is homeomorphic to everybody, because I can by some basic, since it is working like a rubber sheet, I can map this guy with this, and I can map this to this. I can make this guy into this form like this. Okay, this is what it is called. And can I make this in this form? That is a ring. Can I make this guy or this guy into this form? Yes, what do you think? Can you do that? There is a hole in between. You cannot, correct? If you are having hole, actually, one more condition you can say, that is compactness. Even uh, one, if this is compact, then the another that guy should also compact, and then path connected also. Suppose, can I make this as this part, something like product, or say two things, can I make this as this? No, you cannot, because this should be path connected. This is path connected. Take any 2 point, I can find a path, so this is path connected, so this should also be path connected, and everything. So all the properties, actually, if I go to the definition, then see, a function, say x to y, is said to be homomorphic if it is continuous, or one more, if x is compact, y is housed off, and the function is continuous, x is compact, and y is housed off. I don't know whether you remember, you know the word housed off or not. Housed off means what? If you take any disjoint point, then I can find a disjoint. Sorry, if you take any two distinct point, I can find a disjoint neighborhood around that. This is the meaning. Say, suppose in R2 you are having 2 points. So can I find two disjoint neighborhood? Yes, you can find a neighborhood for this. You can find the neighborhood. This is called housed off property. Correct? Same for R. If you are having 2 point, can I find two neighborhood which are disjoint? So I can find, yes, this is a neighborhood, this is also a neighborhood. Both are disjoint since the point was disjoint. Correct? So one definition is this. Another definition is, this function should be continuous. It should be bijective. Inverse is also bijective. Simple as that. Function should be continuous, bijective, inverse must be bijective. Then it is called homeomorphic. Correct? Okay. Now, once it is homeomorphic, so there are some homeomorphic invariant. Invariant means what? If x is connected, then y must also connect. Y must be also connected. X is path connected, then this guy should be path connected. X is compact, then y is compact. Correct? So to prove two guy is not homomorphic, what you have to it is easy to use homomorphic invariant. You just search this word homeomorphism from in Google, then you'll get to know what are the homeomorphic invariant. So why they are important? To prove to to space, or to map, or to sets are not homomorphic. It is easy to use homomorphic invariant. Use homeomorphic invariant. What do you mean by invariant? That means if one guy, what are homomorphic invariants? Compact is homomorphic invariant. Connected is, even path connected is also, and there are some more, uh, but actually you don't know that is you don't know the word. Actually, it is not defined yet to you. Okay, so compact, connected, path connected, and complete is not a homeomorphic invariant. That is one thing you need to remember. Okay, so whether open interval 0 1 and close interval 0 1, whether they are homeomorphic, what can you say, whether they are homeomorphic or not? Yes, whether these two sets are homeomorphic. Anybody? Can they be bijective? Can you get a bijection from this to this? No, no. don't know why you guys are taking so much of time, but it is clear that you can easily see this guy is not compact, this is compact, correct? What do you mean by compact? What do you mean by compact? It should be closed and bounded, correct? In R, at least in R2, in Rn, it should be closed and bounded. That is your Hein-Borel theorem. So to prove something, some guy is compact in R, you just need to see whether it is closed and bounded in that or not. Correct? Yes. Okay, now so let us see what do you mean by let us go to the stereographic projection. ये सब तो ठीक है. Now let us see what do you mean by stereographic projection. Now to visualize, see, I just now talked about C infinity. What is C infinity? That is C union infinity. Correct? This is called extended complex plane. To visualize the point at infinity, what you can think, one can think of the complex plane as passing through the equator of a unit sphere centered at origin. Okay, so that means what I am saying, just want to visualize this C infinity, so I have to include this infinity. So to visualize this, what I am doing, I am considering my complex plane. Suppose say this is my complex plane, that is Z, and I am having my sphere. Oh, okay, so what I'm doing, visualize this is suppose your C, correct? This is your complex plane, and what I'm doing, I'm putting a circle, a sphere, you can say. I'm putting a sphere where the equator of the sphere are lying on the plane. Say this, okay, the equator that is in mid part, you can say. This is lying on the plane. This is my plane. Okay. So suppose you are having this. This is my complex plane, say C. Hi, can you hear me? Hello. Just one second. Yeah, yeah. Just one second. Oh, so I lost it. I want to put a sphere where the equator is lying on my plane. This is the equator, and that is lying on my complex plane. Okay. So now what is my claim? What do I want to do? This is suppose my north pole. Okay, and say any point Z. This is any point Z. So what I want to do, I want to just connect these 2 points. If I am connecting these 2 points, this I'm making a straight line, then you will see that there is a point on the circumference which is uh, say this is point P. Okay, and this is point Z. So can I do this for each of the z? That means from the pole I want to draw a straight line. Correct? Again, can I do that? So I'll get this point. If I do this, I'll get this point. Correct? If I do this, I'll get this point, and there will be a point there. For this, actually, the same thing, z and that is same. If the point is on equator, and if you take another point, say this point, so this will be all, there will be a z for that. Correct? So do you see, from pole, if I am able to draw a map, I am able to give a map which gives to each complex plane. That means, let me just write it first. To each point in the plane, there corresponds exactly one point, exactly one point P on the surface of the sphere. Do you see? Just I told you, from this north pole, you can see this is my north pole, and for each complex number there will be one point on the sphere. Okay, now what is this point? The point P is the point where the line through z and the north pole, say, and the sphere intersects the sphere. Okay, and just now we saw that. Now you'll see that you'll get each point in the same manner. To each point P on the surface of sphere other than north pole, you'll see that, suppose मैंने north pole को map किया, then it will never cut to the z, it will never cut to the complex plane, because I need to form a straight line from north pole to a point P. Suppose if I'm taking P as my north pole only, so I won't able to get a map. So actually that north pole maps to infinity. This is what we want to say. Okay, on the surface other than that north pole, other than the north pole. For north pole I won't able to find that z. Correct? So for each point, what there corresponds exactly one point in z. There corresponds exactly one point in the plane z. Do you see what I have given? I have given a mapping, and which seems to be a bijective map. Correct? I am able to give a bijective map from where to where? From complex plane to your sphere, where this sphere is not, that is north pole is not mapped to anywhere. That is what you need to make sure. Okay, or you can say from C to sphere, by letting the point N of the sphere correspond to the point infinity. That is what we want to say. Correspond to the point at infinity. That means what do we obtain? We obtain a one-to-one correspondence, one-to-one correspondence from who, where to where? Between the points of sphere, between the points of sphere and the points of extended complex plane. Complex plane. So this mapping is called, this sphere is called Riemann sphere. This sphere is called Riemann sphere, and the correspondence is called stereographic projection. Is called stereographic projection. Okay, so this is what let me just quickly explain you once again. This is my complex plane. I want to see what do you mean by extended complex plane. I wanted to see what do you mean by C infinity. Correct, this is what my claim was. So what did I do? This is suppose my complex plane, and I am trying to put a sphere whose equator is lying on my plane, whose equator you can say, whose equator is lying on my plane. Okay, now what I'm saying, I am fixing this north pole and I'm trying to map it to complex numbers. Say I'm able to get the complex number for each of the point. So what I'm able to get, I'm able to get the point here on the surface, a point P, and a complex number, a corresponding complex number, a point corresponding complex number, point corresponding, same goes for this. So ये जो नीचे वाले टर्म रहेंगे उनके लिए जो सर्कल के अंदर है उसके पॉइंट्स आएंगे, द पॉइंट एंड द this, say the point on complex plane and the point on sphere. You see, a point and a complex, something like this. Point on the, so for each point of the surface this is okay, I'm able to find. But what about this north pole? Can I find a point that will correspond to the infinity? So that is called C infinity. So what I'm able to give, I'm able to give a map. So let us see ये map क्या रहेगा. And see phi of x1 x2 x3, that is a point on the surface that is mapped to complex number, and that complex number say x1 upon 1 minus x3 plus x2 upon 1 minus x3 I. Correct. And what will be the inverse? Inverse will be, that means it will map a complex number to, and one more thing you just need to mention, what is phi of north pole? That maps to infinity. These are two things. And what is the inverse function? Phi inverse of z. So it will give me a point on the sphere, that is, say suppose z equal to, हम लोगों ने u plus vi बोला, so it will be 2u upon u square plus v square plus 1 comma 2v upon u square plus v square plus 1 comma u square plus v square minus 1 upon u square plus v square plus 1. Okay, this is where your z equal to u plus iv, that belongs to a complex number. Correct. And what if your z is infinity? Then it will map to north pole. Correct, this is what. And this is what it says. What is your north pole? You may mention it. What is your north pole? It is 0, 0, 1. On z axis it is just 0.1. Okay, so this is the mapping. This map is called stereographic projection, and you can easily prove that this is a bijective map. Or one more easy method is that your domain, uh, see, we are giving a map from C infinity, correct? And C infinity is compact and housed off. Even it is second countable also, but that is not required to you. So it is already compact and housed off, so you can see this is sphere. तो तुमको पता है वो compact है ही. C infinity is also compact, and even C infinity has housed off. So I had given you one definition of homeomorphism, that is uh, the domain should be compact and range set, that is codomain, it should be housed off. Where is that? Yeah, X should be compact and Y is housed off. So actually if you take here as sphere, say the mapping from S2 to say C infinity, अगर ऐसा बोला तभी भी चलेगा. So S2 is compact and C infinity is housed off, and this function whatever we have defined, uh, where is that? This function, correct, this map, you can say this is map from S2 to C infinity. Okay, so this is a continuous map, continuous function, and this is what your stereographic projection is. So stereographic projection का use क्या है? You can say you are able to give a mapping of sphere to a complex plane. So if somebody asks you what is extended complex plane, then this is what you have to explain. So that is this north pole that is mapped to infinity. I'm able to map this sphere to the complex plane, and this north pole will go to infinity. And this is the mapping. If you can remember this, that is well and good. If you see your practical, that is practical 1 or 2 में last question यही है तुम्हारा. That is you are given a map and you just need to prove whether this is continuous or not, and that is easy to prove. You just follow the definition, you'll able to do that. Okay, so this was actually last part of your unit 1, that is stereographic projection.